cherished viewers, welcome again to another episode of Licensure Hub. Today, we are going to look at the type of bed a nurse must get ready in order to admit a patient into it. That's admission bed. Admission bed is one of the beds that the nurse needs at hand in order to admit a patient into the bed. And so sit back and enjoy the episode of admission bed. Thank you. This is a display of admission bed. And in laying a bed, as in our previous episodes, you must collect and arrange your items in order of use on a trolley and sent to your bedside. And so as you can see, the sheets were collected and arranged on a trolley. Moving away from that, you have to go and inspect your bed, making sure your bed is in good shape to be used to lay the bed. Admission beds are made to admit a patient into the bed in order to nurse the patient, hence the name admission bed. So viewers, as you can see on your screen, you move your items on the trolley to the bedside, and in every bed making, you should put 2 chairs at the foot end of the bed and arrange your items in order of use on these 2 chairs. In the absence of the 2 chairs, you can use a hat table. That is the purpose of the 2 chairs at the foot end of the bed. With the help of an assistant, the nurse begins to lay the bed by putting the bottom sheet evenly on the bed. You place the bottom sheet evenly on the bed and spread it across, moving in one direction. You begin by tacking the sheet under at the top side of the bed using envelope canners. All these serve to beautify the bed as we prepare to admit our patient into the bed using envelope canners. After the top end of the bed, both nurses proceed to the lower or the bottom side and pull the sheet so tight so that they are free of cramps and creases. The sheet is being pulled so tight at the bottom end in order to make sure that the sheets are free of cramps and creases. Tucks in the sheet under the bed with the back of the palm sweeping across the mattress to the under of the bed to straighten the bed. The next is our drawer Macintosh. The drawer Macintosh, which is placed across the midsection of the bed, at the lower bottom. The next again is our drawer sheet. The drawer sheet is used to cover the drawer Macintosh. And again, the nurse at the door side takes in majority of the drawer sheet. And fold it over into 3 or 2 folds, depending on the length of the drawer sheet, as you can see. So that when the patient saws a part of the drawer sheet, we can pull over to get a cleaner side as we nurse the patient. And so the nurse at the door side always should have the majority of the drawer sheet, so that as and when the patient saws the sheet and we don't have enough, we could pull to the other side and bring the neat side out. If today happens to be the first time you are joining us on this channel, this is Licensure Hub channel. Our TikTok page is also licensure.hub. You can follow us there too, so that as and when we release a new video, you will be prompted accordingly. With the admission bed, after wearing the pillow, is placed at the top side of the bed. Right after the pillow, the next thing that goes on the bed in an admission bed is what we call our long Macintosh. It is called long Macintosh because it is very long in size, lengthwise. It just looks like the draw Macintosh, but this time around it's very long enough to cover the surface of the bed. This is to protect the simple bed from fluids like water. In case you are bathing the patient in the bed, it will not soil the bottom sheet. The next sheet on is the first back blanket. We call it the first back blanket. It's placed across the long Macintosh and tucked under the long Macintosh, as you can see on the screen. Not under the bed, but under the long Macintosh. Under the long Macintosh. And so right after the long Macintosh, you bring your first bath blanket. The first bath blanket. And you tuck it under the long Macintosh. Right after the first bath blanket, you bring in your hot water bottles, as you can see on the screen. That's what we call the hot water bottles, covered. A covered hot water bottles with the opening end showing to the door side. These hot water bottles are filled with hot water to keep the bed warm. To keep the bed warm. After the hot water bottles, the second blanket comes. The second blanket comes and spread across the bed, followed by our top sheet. Followed by our top sheet. If you observe carefully, you realize that the second blanket was spread out. It wasn't folded. Then we brought the second sheet, which is the top sheet, also spread across the bed with the wrong side uppermost. Our third sheet also will come, which is our counterpane. Again, viewers, if a patient happens to be in this bed, do not spread the sheets in order to cover the patient's face. No. The last sheet, which is our counterpane, is also spread across the bed. And so the three sheets, which are the second blanket, the top sheet, and the counterpane, are spread before they are being folded. And so the folding is started at the top end of the bed, as you can see. We are folding in such a way that we would open and see our hot water bottles. And so the second blanket is what should be showing as you are folded over, as you can see. If you are folding over, the sheet that should show is the second blanket. You move to the bottom side of the bed and do the same thing as you did at the top side. Nursing is an art and science, and therefore if the sheets are longer than one, it is left unto the nurse to dress the bed nicely. That's why I say nursing is both an art and science. And so your artwork will be displayed over here. And so the last sheet to show as you are folding over should be the second blanket. The assistant far away from the door side tucks the folded portions under the bed, as you can see being displayed. Tucks his side, as the assistant tucks his side under the bed nicely. Then the person at the door side uses the log roll to now open the blanket or the folded sheet, exposing the hot water bottles, as you can see. The hot water bottles need to be exposed so that anybody giving that bed away will know that there's a hot water bottle in the bed, and so I need to remove it. The two chairs are then removed. The trolley is being taken back, and you add your other bed accessories like your vital signs tray in the admission bed. You wash your hands. Hello viewers, this comes to the end of our admission bed. And so if a nurse wants to prepare a bed to admit a patient into it, this is the type of bed a nurse will use. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll encourage all of you to keep watching, following us, so that as and when we use any new video, you get notified. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Lancashire Hub channel for you. See you again in another episode. Goodbye. So this is an admission bed for you. Thank you.